Let me start with this module with a bold statement. Getting traffic is important. But if your product page doesn't convert traffic, it's just expensive noise. Seriously, what is the point of spending time and money driving people to your store if they are not going to buy when they get there? This is the part a lot of e commerce businesses get wrong. They focus all their energy on ads, SEO, influencers, and social media reach and almost no energy on the page where the actual sale happened. That's like throwing a big party, inviting everyone, and forgetting to clean your living room. People show up, they look around, they don't feel great, they leave, and in digital, when they leave, they rarely come back. Now, let's put this in perspective. Your product page is just a piece of your website. It's your salesperson, your checkout counter, your product display shelf, and your support agent, all rolled into one. And here's the twist. This salesperson doesn't talk. It doesn't explain anything verbally. It doesn't smile. It doesn't convince. It just sits there and either sells or fails to sell. That's the pressure your product page carries. So ask yourself this. When someone lands on your product page, are they getting clarity or confusion? Do they immediately understand what you sell, why it is valuable, and how they can buy it? Or do they have to figure it out on their own? The difference between those two experiences, that's your conversion rate. And that conversion rate will determine everything. Your return on ad spend, your customer acquisition cost, which you can also call CAC, your profitability, it all come back to this single page. So now let's talk about the mindset of a shopper when they land on your product page. Because your job is not just to list the product. Your job is to guide a decision. And decisions are emotional first, logical second. A visitor doesn't land on your product page ready to buy. They land with questions, hesitations, and doubts. So here's what they are really thinking, even if they don't say it out loud. Do I need this right now? I'm sure you all have been on this stage that do I need this right now? So if your product doesn't speak to a real need or a desire, they're gone in 3 seconds. Second would be, can I trust this brand? People are definitely skeptical online. If the layout looks amateur, if there are no reviews, if there is no mention of the returns, they're out. Then is this the right product for me? They're scanning to see if it fits their lifestyle, their taste, their size, their purpose, and then is it a good deal? They're comparing not just on price but on value. And if you don't frame the value, you lose. And what happens if I don't like it? This is where returns, guarantees, and support information can make or break trust. So your product page needs to answer all of these quickly, clearly, and confidently. Now, let's shift gears. What actually makes a great product page? It's not flashy graphic, it's not a fancy video in the background, it's clarity. A high converting product page is simple, focused, and user friendly. Let me give you some essentials. First would be like clear product title, no puns, no brand speak, just clear searchable language. For example, men's running shoes. Lightweight black, size 6 to 11, bold, honest. This is the bold, honest pricing. Show the MRP, the discount if you have any, and whether shipping or taxes are included. No hidden surprises, no hidden information. High quality visual photos from multiple angles, lifestyle shots, zoomable images if it is possible, and include a video showing the product in use. Short benefit led summary above the fold and full description below. So, this is where you tell a story why you made this product, what makes it difference, what to expect when they open the box. Then, reviews and testimonials. Social proof is definitely the most powerful thing. Even 3 to 5 genuine reviews with names and images can dramatically improve trust. Then a clear CTA button. CTA button is your call to action button. Add to cart or buy now. It should stand out. It should work instantly. And on mobile, it should never be hard to find. Shipping and returns info. So this builds trust. Mention delivery timelines and what happens if they don't like the product. Be upfront. Let's pause here and reflect on one more idea. This product page is not just a place to list your product, it's a place to sell it. Just like a salesperson wouldn't say, "Here's a shoe, it's black, it costs 3,000." They would say, "This is our best selling lightweight runner, perfect for morning jogs, breathable material, fits snug, and lasts over 500 kilometers." Your page needs to do that salesman job. It has to sell without overwhelming. Let's let's touch on something people often ignore, which is the mobile behavior. Most of your visitors are browsing from their mobile phones, as you also know that many of us are all the time on our mobile phones instead of a laptop, which means pages needs to load fast, images need to resize perfectly, buttons need to be tappable, scrolling needs to be smooth. And here's the kicker: if someone visits your site on mobile and they can't easily view product info or tap add to cart, they won't switch to desktop. They'll just leave. So, whatever you design, test it on your phone, mid range, Android, or iPhone. If it feels slow to you, cluttered, or confusing, fix it. Your product page should sell without effort. We spend so much time thinking about marketing, right? How do I get traffic? How do I get followers? Should I boost this post? Should I run Google ads on Instagram or Instagram ads? Which influencer can I collaborate with? I know, we all have these questions when we are starting an e-commerce store or a business, and I 100% get it. Those questions definitely matters. But here is a hard truth: all of that is wasted if your product page can't do this job. Imagine running a campaign that brings 10,000 people to your website. That's a win, right? But if only 5 of them actually buy, was it really a win? That's what happens when the product page doesn't convert. You're paying for traffic, but bleeding potential customers as soon as they arrive. So now, here is where I want to shift your mindset a little. Think of your product page not as a technical tool or a design element. Think of it like a conversation. When someone lands on your page, it's like they just walked up to you and said, it's like they just walked up to you and said, "Hey, I saw this thing you can sell. Can you tell me more about it?" That's the tone you want: friendly, clear, helpful, not salesy, not pushy, and definitely not robotic. You're not shouting at them to buy now, you're gently guiding them. So, here's what this product is. Here's why it might help you. And hey, if it feels right, you can definitely grab it. That's it. And let's go even deeper on this. People don't land on your product page with full attention. They're 100% distracted. Maybe they're watching TV in the background, or they're checking WhatsApp between clicks. Maybe they're comparing your product to three others in different tabs. So your job isn't to impress them. Your job is to make things simple. Remove the mental work, remove confusion, remove hesitation. If you can do that, they'll keep reading, they'll scroll, they'll feel more confident, and they'll start imagining themselves using your product. And the moment they do that, the sale is almost done. So let me give you a little analogy here. Think about a physical store like an Apple store or even a really well run boutique. When you walk in, no one jumps on you with a loud sales pitch, right? But everything is designed to move you forward. The layout is clean, the lighting feels premium, the product is displayed in a way that invites you to touch it, try it, play with it, no pressure, but also no confusion. So that's what your product page needs to feel like: not overwhelming, not underwhelming, just smooth. Like the next logical step is to buy. Your product page should give the customers that feeling. Now, a lot of people ask, but isn't this what the homepage is for? And the answer is no, not really. Your homepage is like the front of your store. People might glance at it, some might scroll through, but your product pages, that's where the decisions are made. Let's say someone clicks on an Instagram ad and lands directly on a product page, which is exactly what happens 80% of the time in D2C. They're not browsing, they're here with an intent. So if your product page is confusing or boring or generic, you have just wasted that click.